Welcome to the St. Francis Faculty Quick Start Guide to Canvas tutorial. Today we're going to talk about the 4 items that need to be completed prior to your students loading into the course. They are to personalize the standard announcement, to set up your faculty information, to ensure that your course is set to the Pacific time zone, and to create an introduction thread. Let's start with the announcements. If you go into your Canvas course, you'll notice that this is your home page. To go into the announcements area, you're going to want to click on this tab. Here you will see that there's been an announcement posted already for you. To edit that announcement and personalize it with your own information, you'll want to click on it and then go up to this edit button. This will allow you to insert your own personal information into the appropriate areas. And then I just like to make sure that those items are no longer bolded or highlighted. We'll want to make sure that we scroll down and save so that our announcement retains the information we changed. And now you can see that my name and email are in there for my students to see. If we click on the announcements button, we'll come back to the announcements page, where we can create additional announcements throughout the length of our course by simply going to the right-hand side and clicking on the Announcements button. Once again, it'll open up the Rich Content Editor, which is what Canvas calls this page, and you'll be able to add a personal title, any information, and don't forget that Canvas has YouTube integration. So you can add YouTube videos, links, pictures, or insert maybe lectures that you've already created, that kind of thing. All of that is available for you in this area. Additionally, if you have files that you would like to upload into your course, you can upload them here and then click here to add them into an announcement. Additionally, you have an area where you can include images from Flickr, which is free and already embedded into Canvas, or you can upload new images from your own computer. Remember, once you're finished creating this, you can't simply click out. You have to scroll down and press the Save button. Going back to the Faculty Quick Start Guide, you'll notice that the next item is to set up your profile in the faculty information. This needs to contain contact information, time it will take to reply to emails or phone calls, your qualifications, background information, and a personal introduction to students. We can find that by going back to our course and clicking on the Modules area. This area is where all of your information for the course is housed. You'll see that there's an Instructor Resources area where this is information for your eyes only. If you scroll down, you'll notice that there's a Start Here area. Your faculty information is in this part of the course. If you click on that, you'll notice that it comes up with a standard information needed to be added. You are more than welcome to add any information you deem appropriate. Remember, if you want to edit anything in Canvas, you got to go up to this Edit button. and then I would copy and paste all the rest of that information. Make sure that you delete that so that students don't see it, and when you're finished making all of your changes, press save. Now students can see your information. You can also add a picture in here if you want. I've added my picture in my global settings, which we can talk about in another video. So my picture from my global settings will actually appear anytime I want to write in the discussion area, or if I'm holding course office hours that are live or stuff like that. Going back to the Quick Start Guide, you'll see that we need to make sure that our course is set to Pacific time. So we'll want to go back to our course, go all the way to the bottom and go to Settings. In this area, you can change a whole bunch of different settings. One is the time zone, and see it's already been changed for us, but just make sure that it's Pacific time so that we have no qualms or confusion as to times for grading. Once you are satisfied with the changes and the customization that you've completed, scroll down and press Update Course Details. I'm sure you've noticed by now that you need to save everything in Canvas before you move on to the next screen. Okay, going back to our Quick Start Guide, we have one final thing to do prior to students loading, and that would be to create an introduction discussion thread for students to introduce themselves to the class. We're going to go back to our class, go to Modules, and we're going to scroll down until we get to Seminar 1. We're going to click on this plus button on the right hand side, and it'll open up another window. In this window, there's a drop-down menu where we can add multiple things to our module, but we're going to add a discussion. We're going to click New Topic, and we're going to type in Introduction Thread. You can see that in Canvas, everything is, when you add it in the module, it's added to the bottom of the module. But it's really easy to rearrange items that you add. Just click on the left-hand side and you can drag it up so that students know that is one of the first things they should do in Seminar 1. But we still need to go in here and create content because this only created the shell. We're going to click into this area, and we're going to go to the Edit button. Once again, our rich content editor appears, and I'm going to put my directions to students. Then we're going to scroll down. Now we've created an announcement, but in the discussions we have a few more options. We have to allow threaded replies, users must post before seeing replies, enable podcast feed, make this a graded discussion, and allow liking. Now, if you want students to be able to talk to each other, just like how they used to in Blackboard, you're going to need to click on Allow Threaded Replies. Unfortunately, Canvas discussions default to a focused discussion, which means that students can only reply to your post. So, once again, if you want your discussions to act just like how they did in Blackboard, where students can have a free conversation with you and each other, you will need to click on Allow Threaded Replies. Once you are done clicking the different options that you would like for this discussion, you're going to want to scroll down and press Save. And now students can click reply and talk to you and to each other. Now you'll notice, if we go back to the modules and look in Seminar 1, our introduction thread does not have a green bar here, and it does not have a check mark here. That means that it is not published yet, and students cannot see it. In Canvas, anytime you add something, it defaults to not published. So, to publish it and make it available to students, you just click on this and now it is magically published. And there you have it. That is how you create a discussion thread. If we go back to the Quick Start Guide, you'll see that that is the last item that needs to be set up or completed prior to students loading. If you scroll down, you'll notice that we also have best practices on this Quick Start Guide. And this includes things like colors, graphics, and fonts, citing all sources, making sure you use current instructional materials, using closed captioning or transcripts if you include video or audio files, using the required rubrics, using technology integration when necessary or appropriate, making sure that you adhere to the privacy policies for outside technologies, making sure that you respond within 24 hours to emails, phone calls, or discussion threads, and responding to students and giving them proper and appropriate feedback. You'll notice in this left-hand column we have provided different links and resources to help you with these items all throughout this entire Quick Start Guide. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to working with you in the future.